Just a beautiful day. I'm sitting here in my shorts, enjoying the nice spring weather here. It's kind of cloudy today. It may rain, I don't know, but we'll see. I'm watching the marathon of River Monsters. There's a new episode on tonight. Looking forward to seeing it. I like that show. It's interesting to see the kind of creatures that live in the marine world. You know, I used to think growing up I was going to be one of three things, I think. I was always into computers, which is what I ended up doing. But one of my passions is being like a storm chaser. And I actually got videos and books and all that growing up on storm chasing and meteorology and weather and all this kind of stuff. So I may have been one of those growing up if I had pursued it. My other passion, I took a couple of classes when I moved down here in high school, down to Florida. I took a couple of classes in marine biology, and I found marine biology to be very, very fascinating. And we took a couple of field trips, like to the ocean and to Mayport here. There's a like Marine Science Museum or whatever that we went to. I don't know if it's still there. Probably is, but I find all that kind of stuff to be very fascinating. Now, storms, on the other hand, that's my true passion. I've got many photographs and all that of weather, various weather conditions, and I even captured a lightning bolt in a picture, which was pretty cool. Of course, it was stupid on my part for being out in a lightning storm, but I don't know. Out of all the shots I've taken, probably thousands of shots, I got that one lightning bolt on film. So that was cool. I've got many shots of like hurricanes that have come by and tropical storms, and even the tornado that hit Jacksonville a couple of years ago went right through this area that I live in, just north, and then it went across the river towards NAS. No real damage was caused by it, but it was still pretty neat seeing a tornado, and I saw it from our shop. I was standing in the parking lot and we all walked out, and it's like, holy cow, that's a tornado. But that's pretty cool. Got word from my dad last night that, or a couple of days ago, that my grandma went into the hospital. She had her lymph nodes were draining fluid where they weren't supposed to be fluid, and it was causing her to have shortness of breath and blood pressure that skyrocketed. And she spent a couple of days in the hospital, and got word from my dad last night that she's headed home today, I think. So that's cool. That's a relief to all of us. My grandma's in her 80s, and she lives in a assisted living condition. So thankfully they were able to catch it pretty quick. But I'm glad she's alright. No worries anymore. I thought I would take this time to explain and let you know about something that's going to happen here in the near future. This week, on April Fool's Day, I put in my notice to my boss that the end of June will be my last day of work. This is coming because I have decided to move back to Wisconsin. I miss my family. I'm gonna miss the adopted family and all that down here, and friends, but there's like some family and old friends up there that I haven't seen in 16 years. We moved down here back in 1998 for the first time. I was 15 years old. Now I'm 31, and I feel this emotional pull to be with family. I feel like I've missed a whole lot, and my recent visit with my aunt and uncle down here in Orlando and cousins, every time I see them and see my sister and all that, go back up to Wisconsin or whatever, I feel this way after seeing them. But it's finally come to the point that I've made the decision I'm gonna move back. That's gonna happen sometime in July. Like I said, my last day of work is the end of June. My cousin's gonna fly down to help. You may have seen him in the video of Epcot or SeaWorld. But he's gonna fly down. He's gonna fly down one day. The next day we're gonna pick up the moving truck and load it. And the next day we're gonna start driving. We're hoping to get to at least Knoxville, Tennessee the first day, and then drive the rest of the way the second day. Then the next day after that, so it's like 2 full days of driving. Oh, look at the plane. Easily distracted, sorry. We're looking at 2 full days of driving, and then the following day we'll unload the truck and return it. That way my cousin can be back to work on Monday for the next week. But I just let Gaines and BB know, and Dom and Steven and all them yesterday. And some of you may already know this. I think I told some of you. And if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, you would have known already that I put in my notice. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'm planning on getting up there and basically getting a job anywhere that pays somewhat decent. That way I can take the time, once I have that job and have that income coming in, I can take the time to look for a IT related job. I'm hoping to go back to school while I'm up there, finish up my degree. But I'm going to be moving in with my sister, brother-in-law, and niece. It's in a town on Lake Michigan, the Lake Michigan side, but it's about halfway between Milwaukee and Green Bay. So it'll be pretty nice. I know my sister said something about possibly getting a job where she works. They work in concrete and all that, laying foundations and all that kind of stuff, so I may be doing that for a little bit while I look for an IT job. Who knows? It's all open, but I'm really looking forward to it. Now, I've already mentioned it to my roommate. I gave him a couple of options. If he doesn't want to stay here, we gotta put in 60 days notice. Our lease runs up July 31st, so yeah. I'm leaving, but he's got the option of either going to another place or staying. If he's gonna stay, he's got to find another roommate. One of the requirements here is that whoever lives here, y'all have to have a combined yearly income of like $36,000. So he needs to, I told him he needs to put out an ad now if he's planning on staying, and try to get a roommate in here ready to go. Because come July, probably mid-July, I don't know yet, I'll be gone. And because I'm only going to be here for a certain amount of days in July, I'm paying a prorated amount for rent that month, so he's got to come up with the rest. But that's completely up to him. I hope he's doing something about it. That's up to him. But oh boy, some big changes coming, and I'm really looking forward to seeing my sister, brother-in-law, and niece, my cousins, my old friends, and my dad, and grandma, and just everybody. It would be a lot different down here if I had some family down here, or if some family even came to visit. But yep, that's where life has taken me at this point in my life, and we'll see what the future brings. But yeah, I can't wait.